Hey, Tip. Look around. Well, it's another Saturday night here in Ventura College, and we're ready for Ventura College football. AVC won the coin toss and elected to kick the football off to Ventura. Ventura in the black and orange, as usual, and the Marauders in the white and maroon. Hello, everybody. I'm Emery Johnson, calling solo here from Ventura College. Jeff is out of town, so if you guys are going to miss him, boy, you are going to, because this is my first football game in an entire year, but we will have a good time together here as the football is kicked off and now received into the hands of Ventura, bringing it all the way back up to the 30, to the 35, all the way up to the 40, where eventually, no, he's going to be fighting for more yards all the way down to the 47-yard line, where he's finally going to be pushed out of bounds, and Ventura College will start with the football around their own 47-yard line. And how about that? Ventura College off to a big start. Now, the record is the tail of the tape here. It is 5-1 for Ventura as they are pushing forward in the Western State Conference, and specifically, they are looking for possibly a playoff bid, if not being one of the best-ranked teams in the entire state of California, as that playoff race kind of starts to boil down to a couple games here that are very consequential. Ventura College coming against the Marauders, who are 0-6, and my goodness, this is a big task for the Marauders as they come here into Ventura College, which has always played very, very nicely to the home team. Pass thrown to the far side and handled very, very poorly by the Pirates. Now, something that you'll be used to hearing here on the Ventura Sports Network. There's a lot of touchdowns by way of the Pirates, but we have our first injured player on the field, and we will take a step away for a moment and recollect ourselves as we get ready for the first quarter of the game. You're watching Ventura College football on the Ventura Sports Network. Well, Daniel Duran, the quarterback here for Ventura College, has had quite the season so far. He's 124 for 198 with 5 interceptions, which, mind you, and that amount of passes is pretty darn good. 62% from the pocket for 1,614 yards, 15 touchdowns, and a long of 78 yards. Going through the air here on second down, looking to fire. He's getting pressure in the pocket, and he's going to be sacked and loses the football for a moment, as he is now down for a third and super long. As Ventura has certainly not started this series the way that they wanted to. This is the beginning of the game, and the clock is now just under 14 minutes here. Duran in the gun, has one back beside him, choosing to throw here on third down. Looking to fire deep over the middle, and this pass is broken up. And the good defensive posture by Antelope Valley able to get to a 4th and long, and they will be punting the football away. Ventura obviously shaking their head as Steve Mishagian not happy with that series. Punt unit out onto the field. Zane Carter. He's punted for 861 yards this season, averaging about 37.4. And the man back to return this football. Looks to be Philippe Rozak. This football takes an AVC bounce, and it will not be returned. Sorry, that was not Rozak. That was Devin Hooper out to return the football, but he chooses not to. 13:36 on the clock, and we will start the first series here for the Marauders as they come out onto the field for the first time today.
Ball will be spotted at the 40-yard line of Antelope Valley. The first and 10 Marauders.
Now the tail of the tape here for Antelope Valley has been a matter of two quarterbacks. However, Charmant Rester II has been handling the helm for the most part this season. He will be doing that work himself. He goes with the football himself, chooses to take it, but it's fumbled, and the football is in the scrim, and Ventura College looks like they've recovered here in the first series, but there is a flag down onto the field, and we will check what the laundry has to say, as my goodness, that flag was thrown at least in the middle of the field. It was a holding call, and Ventura College is probably going to decline and choose to take the football themselves. So Ventura able to turn things around, and Charmant Rester, who had a great carry for the quarterback keeper there on the first down, was not able to hold on to the football. My goodness, Ventura College able to make a huge statement here on defense. I wish I had the eyes on exactly who just poked that ball out, but what a play by the Pirates. You can tell that the sideline of Antelope Valley is not too enthusiastic about what just took place. Back into the gun looks like Duran. Fires over to the near side, finding Tayon Farrar. Good for a gain of 8 yards. It'll be 2nd and 2 coming up. Well, over the years, we have covered AVC football here at SoCal College Sports. It's been a couple years since we have gone up to the high desert, but always an amicable team. Handoff here through the middle. Coran Gossett able to get a nice gain in another first down, or in a first down here for the Pirates. It'll be 1st and 10. Now well into AVC territory from the 36-yard line. 12:44 on the clock. Plenty of time on the play clock. Handoff again. Coran up through the middle, dodges out, goes far side, and oh, he's going to be caught. What a great pursuit and tackle. And it looks like Marziel Smith, handoff from AVC, was able to take care of the dirty work there, but my goodness, Gossett, great move to the far side as he was trying to make a move out, and he had a pretty good pocket there in the middle to run through, but what a good job. Shotgun snap back, looking to throw far right side, separation for Tater Crandall. Oh, all the way to the outside, and they're going to say no, incomplete. And if we could watch that back, my goodness. What a beautiful throw. Shotgun snap back, looking to throw far right side, separation for Tater Crandall. Oh, all the way to the outside, and of course, you're going to hear my voice for the second time on that play. So an incomplete pass, third and we'll call it 9 coming up. Man in motion towards the near side. Looking to throw that way, he does. Finds a receiver, but incomplete pass right back to Crandall. Crandall unable to keep it in. That was thrown right over his hands. Now, Steve Mishagian has a decision to make here. And he will keep his offense on the field for the 4th and 9. Shotgun snap. Here's the 4th and 9. Looking to throw over the middle. Finds an open receiver. He drops it. Oh, Crandall not able to bring it in. He was able to bring the one on the near sideline. That was out of bounds, and he drops 2 in a row. That is unfortunate for the Pirates. They'll turn the football over, and AVC will get a second crack at it here early in the first quarter. It's 11:53 on the clock, and we are underway here at Pirate Stadium. Well, Ventura College, don't be fooled, has had very good defensive teams over the last couple of years for the Marauder fans who are catching the broadcast. Happy to have you guys with us. Handoff here on first down. Good for a gain of about 5 yards. And that was Foster on the carry.
Stop on the play made by number 34, Ty Ely. Gain of 5 yards. It will be 2nd and 5.
Well, it appears to be Rester still in at the helm after he had that nice gain in that first series. We'll have split backs beside him, 3 receivers out to the near side, 1 to the far side. In the shotgun position, has 2 running backs beside him, and he chooses to hand it off again. Now towards the near side, and a good run for what appears to be another 5 yards and a first down. So Dakota Yamenta Foster able to get the first down. He's the second carry that he just had in a few seconds there, and we are now seeing a good series from the Marauders. Under 11 here from Pirates Stadium. Shotgun snap, handed off. It's going to be Foster again. No gain this time. It was maybe a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up. It'll be interesting to see how the Marauders choose to attack this defense of Ventura, who on the season is only really allowing 23 points. They're scoring 35, outscoring their opponents by 12 points on average per game. They're allowing 370 total yards, 131 on the ground, so AVC possibly looking to exploit that if they can. Certainly the tail of the tape here this season has been the touchdown scoring power. Fakes the handoff, looking to throw long, has an open receiver, caught! Oh, the football is dropped right at the last second, and Omar Lopez is going to be very upset with himself, because had he caught that, that would have been for sure a touchdown. My goodness. So 3rd and 9 coming up. And there's going to be a flag down on the field for an ineligible receiver. The Pirates rightly decline the penalty. So 3rd and 9 coming up, but that was a well-designed play. Trips receivers out to the left, 1 to the near side here for Duran. Time to throw in the pocket, fires fast and very high over the top of his receiver there. Javon Walker not able to jump up 20 feet into the air, and this will bring out the punting unit for the Marauders. So Jeffrey Kavanaugh back to punt here for the Marauders. Tanner Crandall, 2 dropped passes earlier, had 1 out of bounds that he was able to bring in but was out of bounds. That would have been a bomb pass, very close to a touchdown. And here's the long snap, punt away clean. This one's spiraling up towards the 25-yard line. Crandall calls for the fair catch, and it will be put down at the 24. So the Pirates unable to really do anything there. 9:39 left to go here in the first quarter, and a 1st and 10 for the Pirates as they'll see if they can get points on the board in their next drive. So far, the Marauders defense actually doing a pretty decent job at corralling everything that Ventura can throw at them, but my goodness, that was a close pass down the near sideline to Crandall, and he had a good shot there. 1st and 10 from the 25. They just moved it up a yard. We'll see. I thought the fair catch was a little bit farther than that, but nonetheless, here goes Durant. Handoff up the middle. This one to Jake Murphy. Murphy able to get 2 yards out of it. 2nd and 8 coming up. in the gun. Bunched receivers here on the near side. If you look at that on the hash, one in motion, that's Farrar. Handoff again up the middle, trying to get the attention from the linebackers of AVC on the motion, but they did not bite at all. It just stayed in man coverage. We'll see if the Pirates are able to exploit that a little bit. Now setting up a 3rd and short and a very manageable here 3rd and 1. So Roman Micardo able to carry the football. Check that. Able to make the tackle there. 3 receivers to the left side. Duran looking to throw again. Fires short. Catches his slot receiver right up the middle and making a dive forward. And a great catch and run there through the grasping arms of the AVC defense. Was Matthew Carpintero. So Ventura with a fresh set of downs. And we are about to dip under 8 minutes here in the first quarter. Handoff here on 1st down, and that's going to go for a loss of yards. Ventura possibly losing 1, maybe 2. So 2nd and 11 coming up. But it seems like they have not been able to sort out what this game plan from AVC. And in history with Antelope Valley College, the Marauders have had sneaky teams that typically would show up to some of these games. Their season so far has not quite been as what they hoped with the 0-6 record. Screen pass right here to Gassett. Gassett making a move and gets tripped up with a good shoestring tackle there by number 16 of AVC. And that's Devin Hooper. He has 7 tackles on the season. Make that 8 for the season so far. But back to the story of Antelope Valley College. They've allowed 382 total yards on the season and are allowing regularly 44 points. Dodging back and forth, trying to make a move is Gassett. He's trying to get all the way through, and he does finally. And a 1st and 10 coming up, as that will move the chains. But my goodness, he was like looking left, looking right, looking center, and all he could see was a white jersey directly in front of him. Finally able to make a move all the way up to the 40-yard line. 6:46 on the clock as we have things ticking down here in the first quarter slowly. Seems like every moment you look away, the clock has only lost a minute or so. Here comes the shotgun snap. We'll see to Daniel Durant. Trying to move the football down this field as they are finally into Marauder territory. 2 men in motion as they shift around the offense. Tight end in this set. Durant looking to fire over the middle. Hits his receiver in a great catch. And well designed. That was right to the tight end, or at least the receiver playing the tight end position. And that was Josh Washington. 8 receptions. He's only really looking at 1 yard, 1.3 per game, but has a total of 67 yards on 8 receptions. So, or excuse me, he's looking at a reception a game, 67 total yards. A nice handoff and a good run by Jake Murphy as he makes a move towards the far side and able to duck back in for another great carry. And that'll be another 1st down and a new set of downs deep into Marauder territory as they make their way into the red zone for the first time of the day. 5:35 on the clock, and we are now seeing the Pirates do what they have been doing all season with this offense against some very heavy defenses here in the 3C2A. Duran, 2 receivers out to the left, 1 in on extra in the end. And the football is intercepted. Caught around the 5-yard line, making a move and jumping it over is what looks to be number 10, maybe, nope, number 1 of the defense of Antelope Valley College. So don't hold your breath, folks. Marziel Smith comes away with his first interception of the season, and that is a big one as AVC was reeling off of the 2 couple really good plays from Ventura.
21-yard interception return. It will be 1st and 10 Antelope Valley.
So 5:10 on the clock, and that's going to stop everything. New set of downs here as the Marauders will take over from the 25. looks like a new quarterback is in the gun here for the Marauders, and I am correct. Jacob Root now under the helm, hands off the football to Foster. Foster able to make a nice move up the middle. So second and 2 coming up for a nice 8-yard gain. Running here on second down, and that'll be a 1st and 10 coming up. So Foster again gets the carry, 1st and 10 quickly from the 38-yard line. The live statistics will definitely have some interesting stats to look at, and we'll take a look in a second here. But one key thing to note is both teams have at times been able to move the football at Liberty, but it seems like just get caught up in their own decision-making on the field for one mishap or another that just disallows them from getting to the end zone. Throwing here on second down, and this football is batted down by the defensive line of Ventura College.
Jacob Root's pass is knocked down at the line of scrimmage by number 97, Desmond Arthur.
And that was Desmond Arthur.
Will bring up 2nd and 10.
Making a great play there with his hands up. 4 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock. Football batted down, 2nd and 10 coming up here. Oh, Jacob Root with a lot on his shoulders here. 2 running backs to his left. Handoff here on second down, and a huge defensive play. I don't know who that was. That was number 44, it looks like, coming through and shooting the gap there. They're going to say it was number 19. Reese Thompson with the tackle there, a loss of 3 yards, so it'll be now 3rd and 13 here for the Marauders, and a big 3rd down situation for the Pirates to get a takeaway or possibly get a punt. Trips offense for the Marauders near side. One receiver out wide left, looking to throw here. Root long along the left side, and this is football caught, and they're going to say it is a huge catch and reception, and it looks like that was to number 6. Shaheed Wilson, who made the tackle, but Omar Lopez, the one who reeled the football in there on the far sideline. My goodness, what an unbelievable catch and throw in coverage there for Root. 1st and 10. 10-13 on the clock. But Ventura's defense certainly not anticipating that. Root should have some confidence after that pass. Trips receivers to the right side. Handoff here to number 21. Foster is able to get a nice gain out of that. It'll be 2nd and 2 coming up. They've been able to find that seam within the defensive line of Ventura College early. Check that, it'll be 2nd and 3, 7-yard gain. But Foster's working on a little bit of a stat line for himself here in this first quarter as the clock ticks down under 2:30 now in the first quarter. 2nd and 3 coming up. Root under the helm here for the AVC offense. He's on the stat line prior to this game, 22 passes for 45, or out of 45 completed, 48.9% completion percentage with 319 total yards. Choosing to throw here, ducking out of the way. He's hit and made contact, and he's going to be swallowed up in the middle of the dog pile there. 3rd down and 3 coming up, and a big defensive stand by the Pirates, as it looks like AVC was not able to get anybody open there in the secondary. So no gain on the play, luckily avoiding the sack, but that is going to be a nothing run there for Root as he just got swallowed up by a series of Pirates. Under 2 minutes here. 1:49. The Ventura crowd getting into the game here, chanting defense with the cheerleaders down here on the sideline. Fires over, near side, that's caught and should be held a little bit short. The line to gain would be the 20. This is a couple of yards shy. And it looks like Lopez made the catch. 4th down and no gain as he was swallowed up again by the defense, and Ventura College forcing the stop here. The offense looks like it's going to stay out on the field here for the Marauders. What will they do here? This should be in the range of most kickers, but we'll see what the kicking situation is here for the Marauders, as they have Jeffrey Kavanaugh, who's been able to kick from the field. He only has one kickoff, 50%. His long was 26 yards, so this is out of the range of AVC for now. Looking to throw here, under pressure. Root, he's going to be hit and brought down behind the line of scrimmage, in a sack and turnover on downs. The Pirates able to handle business here on 4th down, and goodness gracious, what a way to end that series. The AVC Marauders had the Pirates reeling, and look at the Pirates defense coming in huge here. 41 seconds on the clock left to go here in the first quarter. Pirates happy to get the football back. A scary moment there with the connection of Jacob Root and Omar Lopez for that long, like 35-yard pass down the left side. Man in motion here. Duran fires, almost intercepted again. And that pass was just thrown into a confusing zone coverage. And it looks like AVC has all kinds of problems for the Ventura offense here in their secondary. And that's the second time, well, I would say the second time it's almost been picked off, but really this has just been a confusing little nickel package that they're running here. Watch the way that their secondary handles this passing game. Really interesting how this will develop over time here. 2nd and 10 here, handoff up the middle, good for a gain of 3 yards.
Stop being by number 35, Eric Williams. Gain of 4 yards on the play. Be 3rd and 6.
Under 20 here in the first quarter. Pirates plenty of time to play here. No play clock. They'll choose to play it one more time. 3rd and 6 coming up. Fires over towards the near side. Catch by Gassett. Gassett fighting for more yards. He's not able to quite get up to the first down marker, which he will be a little bit shy, 2 yards shy to be exact. And that will let the quarter time out here, and we will switch sides and get going here. And Ventura will most likely have to punt. They might take a second look at this and try to run their offense out for the brief break. We'll take a break right now. You're watching Ventura College Football on the Ventura Sports Network. Well, the Pirates with a decision to make here. They'll bring out their own punting unit and have to turn the football over here. The ball is on the 37-yard line, and AVC's proven they can move the football. Back to return the football. More important here for AVC. We'll see what happens. Punt is away. It's an end-over-end punt. And this one's going to take a nice Ventura bounce all the way down to the what looks to be 11 or 12-yard line, and they're going to place it on the 12. So AVC going to take over with basically the entirety of the football field to go with 14:51 on the clock, and we will see a new set of downs and the now 4th possession of the game for AVC.
51-yard punt with no return.
Who will they have under the helm here? Trying to check and see, and it looks like they're making a change again. They're going to go back to Sharmon Rester II.
Now quarterback number 11, Sharman Rester.
I was really happy with what Jacob Root did there on that last drive. Outside of the last couple plays of that series, where they eventually turned the football over. Handoff here back to Foster. Foster not able to really move the football all too well there. 2nd and 9 coming up.
Stop on the play made by number 41, Jackson Arrington. Gain of 2 yards, 2nd and 8.
Clock still running. 20 on the play clock, plenty of time here. They're going to call it a 2nd and 8. As I get our scoreboard adjusted here for you guys. I'm manually handling it because we're having an issue with our controller, so bear with us here. Nice run out towards the outside, a gain of what looks to be 6 or 7 yards. We'll call it a 5. Bring it up third and check that 3 coming up.
Gain of 5 yards on the play, 3rd and 3.
So Ventura charged with another 3rd down situation. A big 3rd down here. Rester looking to throw here on 3rd and 3. Firing towards the near side, able to hit a receiver, and that will be enough for a 1st down and a catch of run. Almost loses the football. Out of bounds, Jacob Lopez. 2nd catch of the day. We will get you guys caught up with a couple of the happenings around the 3C2A as well this weekend. College of the Canyons routing Allen Hancock. That's important for this division as well because Ventura College, well within the hunt here against College of the Canyons. It always seems like that's the case anyways, but here we are. They lost their Thursday game last week. No score here in the 2nd half. Handoff after the 1st down thrown into the middle of nowhere. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. 12:41 on the clock.
Bring up 2nd and 10. Covering for the Pirates on the play, number 2, Messiah Jones.
Second and 10 coming up. 12:41 on the clock. And neither team has really had an answer for each other's defenses outside of a couple large breakaway plays. And we're going to have a timeout called, and we'll take a timeout ourselves. You're watching Ventura College football on the Pirate Sports Network in SoCal College Sports. Second and 10 coming up here for the Marauders. Rester in the gun. 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his near side, looking to throw here on 2nd and 10. Here comes the pressure, and here comes the sack, and the Pirates able to make a huge impact play here on 2nd down, and it will be a loss of 1 yard, but that is a big loss to make it 3rd and 11. And the Marauders, my goodness, after that timeout,
lost 2 yards on the play.
Not able to get done what they wanted to get done in that timeout. My goodness. And the hell's bell's bell is ringing. At least that's what I think the intro is. If we can't get docked in the county, the copyright there, we'll just call it the Pirates bell. 11:59 on the clock. Running out of the pocket near side. Rester nowhere to go. Firing on the run. Intercepted. Football is intercepted over the 50-yard line. Coming towards the near side. And it's going to be brought down well into Marauder territory onto the 37-yard line. Pirates football and a huge mistake on 3rd down.
Made by number 0, Omar Lopez.
My goodness.
It'll be first and 10 Ventura from the Antelope Valley 35.
Well, that was huge for the Pirates defense, and certainly the Pirates fan base fired up over a big interception. And I was just about to notate, I don't really understand. It seemed like the passing offense was much more concise under Jacob Root. Now, Sharman Roster is going to be 1 for 5 with 1 interception and a fumble. But holy cow. Zane Carter able to get the interception there as we have a handoff here on first down.
Carried by Jake Murphy. We have a
Jake Murphy, but there's a penalty flag out on the field, and we'll see exactly how the laundry is dealt with here. 11:40 on the clock here in the second quarter. If you're just joining us, I'm Emery Johnson alongside, well, my director, Eric Gillette, here in the booth. So a 10-yard penalty for holding penalty. And that will be dealt back all the way to the 45-yard line. Certainly not the way you want to go with the offense here for Ventura. Clock is back running. And Duran in the gun, 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. It looks like he's got Gassett beside him, and he does. Throwing here on first down again, 1st and 20, and this football incomplete as it is in and out of the hands of his intended receiver. And that was Jan Farrar. So 2nd and 20 coming up here. On the Marauder 45. Handoff, making a move, busting back inside, and a good solid run here on 2nd down. And there's going to be flags for a hit out of bounds as Gassett able to make a nice run towards the near sideline. I think that is going to be brought out for at least 6 or 7 yards. It looks like 6 yards and a 3rd down coming up pending the penalty.
A 5-ball foul and a dead ball foul.
Well, saying that there's 2 penalties. Well, a face mask is being called, and then there's going to be a dead ball penalty for a hit out of bounds. And so they're going to assess that at the penalty marker, and it looks like it's going to move the football 15 yards from the hit out of bounds, and that will put the football at the 21-yard line of the Marauders. So 1st and 10 coming up here for Ventura, and that's certainly how you want things to go. Well, pending the penalties, I don't think anybody wants to see that kind of football, but nonetheless, the Pirates will take it, and it's going to be 2 tacked-on penalties. Check that. Well, you don't just get to choose one because one was a dead ball penalty, so it's added on to the live penalty. This is putting the football right inside of the red zone, and it will be 1st and 10 from the, or check that, 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Shotgun snap, handed off Gassett again, trying to make a move through the line of scrimmage, and he's going to be met by a series of white jerseys again.
Ball carried by number 10, Kieran Gossett.
Gossett nowhere to go once he got up to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Cool fall air is finally upon us here in Ventura. Nice little breeze from the offshore. Duran evades, makes a nice move, throwing towards the edge of the end zone. Caught! Touchdown! Pirates! No, incomplete! And he's going to drop it. It was just out of my view. Goodness, right behind the player. I take it back. We'll go back to the replay here. So Tyler Woodworth not able to rally the football in. It'll be 3rd and goal coming in from the 10. Well, the Pirates almost with a touchdown there are going to choose to take a timeout here, and we'll take a timeout ourselves. 10:26 on the clock. You're watching Ventura College Pirate football on the Pirate Sports Network. So 3rd and goal from the 10-yard line. They have not been able to move it after the penalty. Duran in the pocket, time to throw, fires over the middle of the end zone, caught, touchdown, and the Pirates finally able to get onto the board with a nice catch from Tyler Woodworth. 10-yard pass completion, and that will be the first score of the game as Ventura is finally able to break the deadlock. A 10-yard touchdown reception. Make it 6-0. And the kick from Ryan Pimentel, up and good. He's 63% on the season. Pretty good on the extra points, about 96% of the time. So the first touchdown scored, and Ventura definitely happy, but probably not happy that it took so long to get to this point. Nonetheless, they'll be kicking off to an AVC team who seems to have a lot of questions to answer here on the offensive side of the football. Their defense has only done what they could here in this first quarter, but finally it just took a couple things for the offense to click at Ventura. I believe it's Hooper to return the football here for the Marauders. He'll be the single man back. We got 2 men back here. Kick low. You would call probably as a squib kick. Picked up around the 10, and wow, what a return there was by Hooper.
Return by number 16, Devin Hooper.
He's able to just cut through the middle.
On the return by number 31.
Return all the way up to what looks like the 30-yard line, and we'll see who's under the helm here again for the Marauders.
The Marauder 30-yard line, 14-yard kickoff return. Be 1st and 10 Antelope Valley.
And we'll see Rester back under center here for the Marauders. So he'll be back out onto the field. Again, kind of the question remains is under what reasoning they think that he should be back out there. 20 yards on the game so far. Handoff here up the middle. Maybe a gain of 1 yard if he got anything, and it's going to be now 2nd and 10. Clock running under 10 minutes here to go. Presumably, AVC looking at the running legs of Rester. He's got 59 attempts for 333 yards on the season, so certainly carrying at least a third of the season's carries. He has not done so outside of the first run and fumble today. This football handed off, no gain on the play as well. Maybe 1 yard. So 3rd and 9 coming up. But again, the question kind of remains here is if you're not going to go with the game plan of the quarterback to run him and use him as that dual option, exactly how do you plan on employing him? Because so far tonight, the Ventura secondary has had a very, at least easy time handling what they have thrown at him. They're going to stop the clock here in 9:31. The referee saying something up at the booth, but they're having an issue with the comm system.
Reset the clock. 9. Please reset the clock.
And they're asking him to reset it. 9:15. There we go. So 9:15 on the clock. 3rd down and 9 coming up here. Three receivers out to his right, one to his near side. Rester in the gun with a back beside him. Handles the shotgun snap. Here comes the pressure coming in from Ventura. He's going to be hit and brought down again, and that is not the way that they wanted to draw that one up, as the clock will continue to run, and you get to 4th down and a huge loss of 4 yards, and the punting unit will be back onto the field for the Marauders.
Loss of 3 yards on the play. Bring up 4th and 12.
4th and 12 coming up.
Deep to receive the punt.
And Crandall will be out to return the punt. 15 seconds on the play clock, 8:33 here to go in the first half. High snap. Almost tipped out of the way, this one. Medium punt up in the air, spiraling right into Crandall's hands, and he's able to handle it. So the turnover on downs. Check that. They punt away. Ventura will land the football on the 45-yard line of Ventura College. And Daniel Duran will be back out onto the field with his offense. Take over here. Duran 6 for 14 with 67 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception on the day. Hands it off here on 1st down, and look at this run by Gassett. Gassett able to get a 1st down out of it immediately, and wow. Big power running offense today so far, and it looks like they're just trying to wear down that defensive line. Well, Gassett has now 8 carries for 27 yards. He's averaging 9 yards a carry. Or check that, 8 carries for 29 yards. He's averaging 3.6, and that was his longest carry tonight. As he'll go for it again, and he works out a really nice gain of another 8, or check that, 9 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 1 coming up. And Pirates able to move the football, and it looks like they found an inside zone run game that looks like it's working against this defensive line. In a matter of just when it is going to break, and we might see the floodgates open here in a second. Three receivers set here for the Pirates with the tight end. Here they go. 2nd and 1. Pass over the middle. Caught running towards the near side, making a move and hit low with the chop down type hit. And that was Silas Kemp with the catch and run. So 1st and 10 coming up here. 7:09 on the clock. And we are back underway quickly here. So Gassett, 9 attempts for 38 yards. That'll help out the average there. 4.2 now per carry. And they'll go to hand it off here on 1st down again. And he's going to dive forward just back to the line of scrimmage and get nothing out of it. Really good outside penetration there for the AVC defense. You see that outside linebacker kind of creeping in there on that play. Second and 10, looking to throw here. Duran fires over far side, and wow, broken up, and that was another dangerous pass. My goodness. So 3rd and 10 coming up from the 25-yard line of AVC.
Covering on the play for the Marauders, number 16, Devin Hooper.
And it was Devin Hooper who had that great tackle and pass breakup earlier. Pass caught, 1st down. Here comes the Pirates again, and that looks like it was Silas Kemp who had the catch and run there for a 1st down, and my goodness, that's the way that you turn the mood around. 1st and 10 now coming up, 6:06 on the clock counting down. Well, that's the way that you want to draw it up if you're Steve Mishagan. 16-yard catch and run at the 3rd and 11. Handoff again. Gassett trying to move that football any farther forward as it's 1st and goal. We'll have have second and goal from
Contact made by number 52,
the
Chad
7-yard line.
2-yard gain. It will be second and goal from the 7-yard line.
The prior spot was the 9. Moves up to the 7. Heavy package here for the Pirates. Bunched receivers all to the left side, and then you have one spread out wide to the near side. Duran firing, tipped up in the air and incomplete. Oh my goodness, that was a dangerous one. You had
Daniel Durant's pass tipped at the line of scrimmage by number 9.
Well, you had Hooper in the area as well. He was looking like he was going to try and get a stab at it, but Duran certainly did not intend on that football to be tipped up at the line of scrimmage, but AVC doing everything they can to the nail. So from the 7-yard line, clock stopped at 5:05. Shotgun snap, pass fired, incomplete and broken up by that secondary. And it looks like the defense of AVC is going to hold strong. Will they bring the kicking unit out? They will. So 5:02 on the clock.
Covering on the play for the Marauders, number 12, Dwayne Wall.
As 4th and goal brings up, we'll call a 25-yard field goal attempt from the left hash. Here comes the snap, early movement, and it looks like the football was tipped, blocked, and Ventura's just going to jump on top of it as a huge special teams play had just occurred, and there's a flag out on the field, and I think it might have been an offsides on the defense. So stop everything. So they'll see a retry in a 5 or half the distance to the goal line. We'll see exactly where that places the football. It looks like the 4-yard line. So this will bring the kick attempt up a couple yards, about 3. Call it a 21-yard field goal attempt here. We'll see if the special teams of AVC is able to do it again. Snap is down, kick is up, and it looks like it's good. So another 3 points on the board for Ventura College. Certainly not what you want to do deep in the red zone, but points are points at this stage of the game. 4:52 on the clock here for the Pirates in the first half, and it has been all Pirates football so far. AVC's shown a couple flashes of genius, but their offense seems to have a lot more questions than it does answers for this Ventura defense. And so far tonight, the Pirates have only been able to exploit certain things on the defense, and AVC will only have any more questions as the night will go on. We'll have Pimentel out to kick the football, and presumably Hooper to return for the Marauders. And it does, it goes to Hooper. Fields it, drops the football at the 1-yard line, picks it up, and that was a bad situation, and he's going to be pummeled at the 13-yard line. My goodness. Well, that time is so precious when you're on the return game, and he was not able to take advantage of it at all, considering he dropped the football. But I don't have to say the obvious here for everyone to understand that that was not a happy sight when he looked up and saw 3 black jerseys right in his face, and he did not feel a nice, gentle caress to the ground. So we'll see a change at quarterback, and it's back to Jacob Root in the gun here for the Marauders. We'll have a 4 receiver spread, 2 out to the right, 2 to the left on the near hash. He'll have his running back switching over to his left side, man in motion, and they might go to a 2-back set. Here they go, 2 backs to his left side. Handles the shotgun snap, hands it off. Inside run here, and a nice little run from, it looks like Foster up through the middle. He's going to get a nice gain of 3 yards. We'll call it 2nd and 7 coming up. So So Reese Thompson able to make the tackle there for the Pirates. 2nd and 6. Gain of 4 yards. 4:20 on the clock here in the first half. Root, 2 backs beside him, both to his left side. Handoff again. This one, well read by the Ventura defense, and that's going to go nowhere and a loss of yards. We're back to 7. 3rd and 7 coming up. Clock will dip under 4 minutes here at Pirate Stadium. You can't see the Anacapa Islands, Santa Cruz, or any of the islands from here, but I assure you, you can see from the distance the oil rigs out there lighting up the night sky in beautiful Ventura, California. For anybody who's prospecting coming out to Ventura College, strong suggestion. It does not get much better than the aesthetic, at least, of being here. What a beautiful place to play football and what a beautiful part of the state of California. 3 receivers, 2 routes left. He's going to be throwing here on 3rd down and 8. Fires towards the near side, finds a receiver. He's going to have no room to run. Line to gain will be the 28-yard line. He's going to be dropped well short of that, maybe a gain of 1 or 2. So a second complete pass here for the Marauders offense, but that will bring out the punting unit, and we will see a change of hands of the football, and we'll see a timeout as well. So 3:16 on the clock. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Pirate Football on the VC Sports Network. So 3:16 on the clock after the timeout, and the Marauders are going to have to punt the football away to Ventura College.
Back in punt formation, number 24, Jeffrey Kavanaugh.
Punt is away, contact after the punt. Clean catch from Jayon Farrar. 3:10 on the clock after the punt and the change of hands. And here we go, Ventura will now have their 6th time to handle the football. 10-0 Pirates.
The punt with a fair catch at the 50-yard line. 1st and 10 Pirates.
First and 10 from the 50-yard line. Short punts here from the Marauders. 3:10 should be enough time for the Pirates to maybe run a 2-minute offense here. Possibly speed some things up. Duran back out onto the field under the helm. 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left, 1 back beside him. And Gassett is working on quite the stat line. Able to take the football again. Nice big run here as he's made contact there at the 2nd level. And my goodness, that was a beautiful just shotgun run right up through the, looked like the C gap there. 1st down and 10 for the Pirates as they're able to move it deep into Marauder territory there at the 38-yard line. Offense moving the football here. Handoff again to Gassett. Makes a shifty move inside, able to carry it another one for 5 yards. And Gassett, another good move.
Gain of 5 yards. 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 coming up. 2:30 on the clock, ticking down as we get closer to that halftime. If you don't have an opportunity or haven't had an opportunity yet, good time to go see Scooter's Barbecue. Nice pass out to the outside and a big hit laid out. And that was Jan Farrar, who just got sideswiped and spun around. So 3rd down and 1, and we'll see there's a flag out on the play. So stop everything as the referees choose to decide what they want to do here. I don't know if it's going to be a high hit or targeting possibly for a defenseless receiver, but we'll see exactly what they call out here.
Personal foul, number 1 of the defense. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
So they're going to call it a half the distance to the goal for a personal foul, and I guess it's a hit against a defenseless receiver after the big hit. My goodness. Well, the clock is back to running 1st and 10, and the Pirates able to get out of the 4th down and short situation. 2:07 on the clock, fires, left side, making another move, breaks the one tackle, trucks another one, and back into towards the 1-yard line. And my goodness, Jayon Farrar. And there's a timeout called for the 2-minute timeout. My goodness. Well, it's 2-minute timeout time here at Pirate Stadium, and we'll watch that back one more time as he makes another move. And it's smackdown time here from Pirate Stadium on the Pirate Sports Network. Holy cow. Holy cow, indeed. It is smackdown time here at Pirate Stadium. We will see what they drum up for 1st and 10 from basically the goal line here. 1st and 10, handoff towards the far side, hurdling a man and all. Oh, and it looked like Gassett tried to get the alley-oop up into the end zone. He had the first one, but he was dropped with a gain of 1 yard. So 2nd and now 2 coming up, or 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line coming up. It is all kinds of show here on the turf. So from the right hash, 2 receivers spread out wide to the left. Quarterback keeper here, and Duran's going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage, and that was not the way they wanted to go. It'll be third and goal from the 5-yard line. So they'll push the football back 5 yards. 2nd time into the deep red zone here in just as many trips. You can certainly understand probably the frustration there with just wanting to get into the end zone. Sometimes it's not the best to try and force it. Duran has Gassett next to him, and a timeout is going to be called. And we'll see who chooses to call the timeout. Antelope Valley will choose to use their final timeout, and we'll take it here ourselves. You're watching Ventura College Pirates football on the Pirates Sports Network. Oh, Glenn Miller's orchestra in the mood to set things up for halftime. What a nice way to bring things back here at Ventura College. I love the guys in the commentary booth all the way over for the PA. Always mixing it up with good stuff during game time, making it nice and family-friendly around here at Ventura College. Fired over the middle, incomplete! Oh, in and out of the hands of Jan Farrar. And he's going to want that one back, and understandably, you can see him on over there very frustrated with himself. That was in his hands. I don't know if we had a good look at it. We probably did right here over the top. Watch this right into his hands. Oh, he just fails to corral it. He didn't have his hands up high enough, quick, and early enough. So Ventura going to bring out their kicking unit again. 4th and 4 is what's separating them. From the end zone. Almost had a block kick earlier besides the penalty. This one up and good. So this will give the Marauders a chance with the football with 41 seconds to go. Pirates 13, Marauders nothing. Hooper will be back to return the football. Pimento out to kick. Pimentel out to kick for the Pirates. Antelope Valley definitely not having the season that they would write home about. But they have held up marvelously here against the Pirates in this first half. We'll see how things go in the second half once we get away. They will receive the football to start things. Only chasing 13 points. It's a 2-possession lead for now. We'll see if they can get a good feeling to go back into the locker room with here. Return by Hooper up to the 20-yard line. He's going to be smothered by a number of Pirates on the way down. Maybe up to the 21 or 22. We'll call it the 22-yard line. So a little bit of a return there. 34 seconds left to go. It'll be 1st and 10. And is that a vuvuzela that I hear from the stands? Certainly sounds like it. I'm having memories of the, I believe, 2010 World Cup in South Africa, if that is exactly what I thought it was. But maybe wrong. Might not be a vuvuzela. Very well could be. I'm hearing from Shillette in the booth that he doesn't know what the vuvuzela is. Well, it is a plastic horn that is handed out to fans in South African football culture. And it sounds like a little humming sound. Clock running, 27 seconds, and it will be 2nd and long to go here. 2nd and 8 coming up.
2-yard gain. 2nd and 8.
It looks like they have Rester back out on the field for this drive. 10 seconds actually on the clock, and here goes Antelope Valley Colleges. They're going to choose to just take it out here for the rest of the half. Ventura Pirates 13, Marauders 0, and we go into halftime. Pirates, everything here on the Ventura Pirates Sports Network. Well, an exciting and interesting first half here for both teams as the Pirates here are set to kick it off to start the second half. Hooper with a return up to the 25.
Return by number 16, Devin Hooper.
He'll get back up to the 26.
Stop on the return made by number 30.
It'll be first and 10 from the 26-yard line, and the Marauders with a big task in front of them. It's a two-score game for now if they want to recatch the lead. Otherwise, they got to kick 2 field goals or score 2 touchdowns, kick 1 extra point, and miss an extra point. It has been the quarterback carousel today so far for the Marauders, and they will be back with Rester, who was 1 for 5 in the first half for 20 yards, 1 interception, 1 fumble, and not really able to move the football quite at all. First play, throwing here on first down, well-designed play. It's a catch and reception for a first down. The Marauders make me eat my words quickly as we get going here in the second half. Clock moving for 14:45. First and 10 here in the third quarter. And if you're just joining us, you're watching Ventura College football here on the Pirates Sports Network, brought to you by SoCal College Sports. It's a pleasure to bring this coverage to you every single week. And if you're not used to my voice, well, I apologize. Jeff is out on vacation, so you're going to be stuck with me for the remaining 30 minutes of this football game as this clock continues to tick down. Pressure coming here. Running towards the far side and getting a nice gain out of what could have been a loss of yards is going to be Rester as he gets his first actual carry of the game. Look at that pursuit. He kind of does a spin move and finally brought down. Well, they made him pay. It's going to be 2nd and 3 coming up. But he was certainly under a heavy pursuit of a lot of Pirates jerseys there. 13:47 to go here in this third quarter. Pirates cheerleaders rallying the defense, 2nd and 3rd coming up. But Rester really didn't seem like he was able to get anything going. That was the 2nd reception of the entire game here into this second half for that first down early on. Here comes the pressure again. He's getting hit and brought down behind the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be a loss of yards. Back to the 39-yard line, and a 3rd and long now coming up.
Sherman Rester sacked by number 19, Reese Thompson.
Make it a 3rd and 6, Reese Thompson.
Loss of 3 yards on the play.
On the tackle, but that was a group effort by the defensive line of the Pirates. And we'll see if they choose to stick with that man coverage. So far, mostly successful outside of one long play, and that was a pass by Jacob Root early on in the first quarter. 3 receivers out to the left. Man coverage playing high pass over the top and contact before the play. Catch and running to the end zone will be the receiver, and a touchdown for Omar Lopez. No flags. And the Marauders with an early response. 12:40 on the clock. My goodness. Watch this. And it was single man coverage down the near side. And look at that contact early as he's looking for the football. And Omar able to just get his hands out around the defender and bring it all the way into the end zone. Touchdown Marauders make this a 6-13 game. So that is the way that you want to execute a game plan. As the kicking unit a little bit late to get on the field. Probably surprised about that. In the kicking game for the extra point, the kick is good. And the Marauders with a shocker here in their first possession of the game. That was Cade. I believe Cade Lichko. Or Lichko, should I say? Or was it 42? It was Sebastian Stapleton. He has 5 extra points, now make it 6 extra points on the season. Or was it Jeffrey Kavanaugh? He takes most of the kicks so far this season. He has 3 extra points. Their kicking game is, I don't remember at this point. 7-13 regardless. Marauders able to get one back here on their first possession of the third quarter. 12:40 on the clock. My goodness, that was a quick start. Just 4 plays for the Marauders. Check that, make that that was 5 plays. And here comes the kick. Here comes the return from Ventura, going towards the far side, finding an opening, maybe a hole, all the way up to we'll mark it the 39-yard line, and a good return, strong by Ventura, and we'll see how they bring their offense. And wow, we see a push right there, and things are getting heated there on the sideline. My goodness, well, that is not what you want to do after a good return there, even if words are being said. That's going to send the football back. We'll see if the referees duel out penalties for both teams.
Returned by number 13, Kendrick Smith.
Dead ball, personal foul, 22 of the receiving team, 15 yards, first down.
Well, that's going to be a 15-yard penalty tacked on to the end of the run, which is not the way you want to move the football if you're Ventura College. 26-yard line is where they're going to start, 1st and 10 here in the third quarter, 12:32 on the clock.
Penalty moves the ball back to the 26-yard line, 1st and 10, Pirates.
First and 10, hand off up the middle. Big hits there in the middle of that pile.
Ball carried by number 10, Kieran
And it's going to be Gossett.
Stop made by number 5, Cameron G. Gain of 8 yards, 2nd and 2. Daniel Duran's pass complete to number 0, Silas Kemp.
Pass caught on the outside as I'm finishing my delicious Scooters barbecue. A staple here in Ventura, California, 1st and 10. That tri-tip sandwich, always a welcome sign here in the press box. Always worth it to take a trip out here to Ventura, California for a football game here under Saturday Night Lights. Gossett, long run down the near sideline, and finally it takes a committee of Marauders to bring him down.
Ball carried by number 10, Kieran Gossett. Brought down by
And that was a heck of an effort by Gossett. My goodness. So the pass to Silas Kemp, and now the first down by Gossett is going to be given 20 yards all the way down to the 39-yard line of the Marauders. In the gun is Duran. One back behind him, hands it off again. And what just happened there? We're going to watch this back on replay.
Ball carried by number 47, Andrew Marcus. Brought down by number 32, Roman Marcus.
Well, Andrew Marcus just running with the football, and he's actually in a fight with the football, trying to keep possession there at that point. Shotgun snap, 2nd and 5. Deep over the middle, caught into the end zone, touchdown, Pirates! Tyler Woodworth, oh my goodness! Holy cow! Watch this, right over the middle, able to catch in traffic, and that ball was placed absolutely perfect. Oh my goodness. 10:21 on the clock. How about that? Pirates able to fire back here. .10:21 on the clock, and here comes the place kicker. We are just basically 4.5 minutes into the second half. 2 touchdowns in 2 minutes, and we have a beautiful track on the field of our camera. And we will see the kickoff here as the scoreline now 20-7, and the Pirates back into control of this thing. But my, oh my, is there a different feeling in this second half? I absolutely think so. Hooper out back deep to return the football for the Marauders. Certainly happy after that beginning of the second half score.
Number 19, Jacob Lopez. Picking off number 29, Ryan Pimentel.
Ryan Pimentel set to kick off. Hooper likely the man to take it back here. And here comes the kick. And this is taken near side. Hooper makes a move. Tackle by one, loses the football. The football's on the ground. Almost picked up by the Ventura Pirates as it is rightly jumped on by number 23, who is in pursuit as well of the tackle. But that was a disaster avoided. That could have put the football right back into the red zone. My goodness.
Marauders, 1st and 10, Antelope Valley. At quarterback, number 6, Jacob Root.
Nice run up the middle.
Number 21, Dakota Yateman Foster.
As AVC takes over possession from their own 18-yard line. Ball now going to be placed back onto the 19. Sorry, a gain of 1 yard for 2nd and 9 coming up. We'll call it a 2nd of 8. We are under 10 minutes here. Ventura College, one of the many schools that gets a good home presence from fans around Ventura County, specifically the city of Ventura and Oxnard, all the like. Well, we have Jacob Root back under the helm here for the moment. As to why that is the reason, you know, many questions. It seems like there's no real consistency as to who's under the helm here, but maybe giving equal reps to both guys. Root in the gun, empty set here. He has 5 receivers out, under pressure immediately, running towards the near side for his life. 3-yard territory, and the football is going to be thrown into the ground along the near sideline, and that's going to be 4th down real quickly, as that's going to stop the clock at 8:47. 4th down and 8. Check that, 4th down and 5 coming up, and that will bring the punting unit back out on the field, and Root not able to do it with the offense here on this set. Defense doing their job. And everything is all quiet as you see head coach of the Marauders talking to the Whitecap here on the near side, and a lengthy conversation taking place. We have an injured player down on the near side. We're going to take a quick break while they get the injured player up. You're watching Pirates Football on the Pirates Sports Network. Punting unit back out onto the field. We'll have Crandall.
Formation number 24, Jeffrey Kavanaugh. Deep to receive, Tanner Crandall.
Crandall choosing not to return, and we have a big mishap here on special teams as the football will be picked up around the 50-yard line. So Ventura going to take over with only half of the field to go here.
Midfield, Ventura will put it in play, first and 10.
First and 10 for the Pirates offense. Daniel Duran leads his offense back out onto the field. Well, the stat line certainly has a story to tell here. 17 first downs for the Pirates.
Well, it's carried by number 5, Jake Murphy. He stumbles down in the backfield.
They were 5 for 9 on third down, whereas the Marauders were 3 for 9.
2 yards on the play. It'll be second and 12.
Second and 12 coming up here for the Pirates. Pirates were averaging 5.4 yards per play. So the Marauders were not too far back in that statistic, and they were pretty even. 152 yards passing versus 129 yards passing. And a huge sack here as Duran's going to hit the ground really far back, and we're going to have third and a million coming up.
99, Sawyer Shufflebin. Ball spotted back at the 36-yard line. 12-yard loss on the play. We'll bring up third and 24.
Third and 24 coming up, so a quarter of the field, and Duran not happy about that. So the third and long, clock will continue to run at 3:33, or 7:30. Man in motion. Throwing here on third down, looking to throw into nowhere right at the defensive player, and it looks like it was number 5 of Antelope Valley who was in the area, but that football was thrown to nobody. Right into, almost into the hands of Cameron Gee.
Back deep to receive the punt, number 16.
So Devin Hooper out to return the football.
Formation, number 7, Zane Carter.
Pirates punting game has been pretty all right tonight. Punt is up and away, end or over end. Called fair catch from Hooper. Lets the football bounce behind him, and that'll be picked up around the 20-yard line, and that's where we will get set to go. First and 10 for the Marauders. But there is a penalty flag down on the field around the 38-yard line of the Marauders. Well, nothing yet. Oh, and if you were to pull that back, Shalette, from the camera one angle, I have a suspicion you'd see a little bit of an extracurricular activity happen after the punt, and I'm going to guide your interest or your attention towards the middle of the screen. Look at 52, continues the block, probably 1, 2, 3. Well, that goes right out of screen, but well after the play is over. So that is certainly going to be what the penalty is for.
Dead ball, personal foul, 52, out of the distance to the goal. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 90, first of the game, half the distance.
So they're going to go half the distance to the goal line and then half of that distance? I mean, well, certainly not the way Coach drew it up on the sideline. And that will place the football firmly deep into the red zone for Ventura College. Well, not quite. Antelope Valley football is what it's going to be right now, but first and 10 from their own 5 doesn't quite nearly sound as good as about first and 10 from the 20-yard line. And here we go. We'll get set, and it looks like Rester is back out on the field here for the Marauders. 7:02 on the clock to go. And a handoff and a big run. And that's Foster, who's handled most of the runs so far in tonight's matchup.
Gain of 9 yards out to the 14-yard line, 2nd and 1.
He's put on a little bit of a day as well himself. Foster, 14 attempts. We'll see exactly how that lines up in a second. He doesn't have a great average, but he's ripped off a couple of decent runs there. Long as 8, but some strong running from Foster.
4 yards, 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Heavy offensive line here with the tight end in on the set. One receiver up top in the left. Hand off the football, no. Fake the throw, and right to the tight end. There it is on the near side. That's number 88 for the Marauders. That'll be close. Sumerian is the name of the player, but what a good catch. Makes it, we'll call second and manageable. We'll call it a 2nd and 2 here.
8-yard gain to the 26-yard line, 2nd and 2.
5:36 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Well, if Antelope Valley figures out a way to move this football, this might be possibly a change of how Ventura is going to have to approach this. Here comes the pressure. Handoff. C-gap along the outside, and that's enough for a 1st down. Another really strong run there from Foster.
Stop made by number 4, Ty Morris. Gain of 9 yards out to the 35.
So 1st and 10, and the clock will keep going. Well, the linebackers were playing with a 2-man little nickel package there, but it looks like they might be moving back to that dime package. We'll see. A 3-man front here for the Pirates. Look at that. You have 3 linebackers in the back checking to see where the run's going, and they're trying to keep the spy. And look at this, well designed. Rester all the way down the near sideline, down to the 10-yard line. Will there be enough for the pursuit? Touchdown, Marauders. And again, just another great misdirection there. Watch this. Look at all 3 of the linebackers. Where your spy is right there, totally deceived by the rest of the play, and breaks one tackle, and that's all he had to do, come down the near sideline. Touchdown, Marauders. 13-20. Just that quickly changes everything. Well, this 3rd quarter has had as much scoring as we had in the entire 1st half. Extra point is up and good. Make it 14-20. The Pirates looking to answer here in their next possession. You're watching the Pirates Sports Network. Well, the Marauders certainly doubling their scoreline in this half quickly. Here comes the return from the Pirates. Cut outside, making a move, diving forward, and it's going to be a good return here for the Pirates, parting no penalties. Driving forward and making another move forward. My goodness, what a good run back here for the Pirates, as this will put them in prime position. And that was Kendrick Smith on the return. What a powerful run along the far sideline. Let's watch this one back. Just a total missed tackle redirection. He's really shifty with his hips right there. Goodness gracious. Stays on his feet, keeps up out all the way to out of bounds. We have a player shaken up from AVC on that play. Limping over to the sideline. First play, a run up the middle, second down coming up.
Brought down by number 92, Logan Riles.
2nd and 5, good run. Start this set of downs here.
2nd and 5.
Second and 4 coming up. Man in motion on the outside. Handoff again. Cassette breaks a tackle all the way out of bounds up there towards the far sideline. Gossett. Watch this run. He just good sell here from Duran. Nice stiff arm there, and he just fights for that extra yard there. It's really, really what you want to see. Duran throwing here on first down, has a receiver open, keeping his feet in as far as he could. That was John Foster.
Daniel Duran's pass complete to number 1, J.N. Farrar.
Check that Farrar
Stop on the play made by
on the
number
near
2,
sideline. What a great catch.
Fast.
Just a well-designed, turns around, finds the football, and that was perfectly in time. It's exactly what you want to do with your receiver in that play where he's running that route to the outside, turns around. There's nothing the cornerback can do. He just turns around, sees the letters or the number of the receiver, and he's separated because he's doing that separated man coverage. He's not totally pressing him there, and the only way you can really try to break up that pass is if you press him. Second down coming up.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line.
Second and goal from what looks to be the 5-yard line. This is where the Pirates have struggled so far tonight, has been right in this position. Handoff again. Gossett trying to bust a move. He's hit out of bounds, and he's drug out of bounds around the 3-yard line. So another gain of 2 yards, but 3rd and 3 coming up. 2:06 on the clock, and we're almost done with this third quarter, which has yielded a lot of scoring from both teams. 14-20 is the scoreline. 3rd and 3 to go to the goal line. 1:52, the clock continues to go down. 18 on the play clock. Duran gets the call from the sideline. Steve Mishagian trying to figure out how to get this team to score here in the deep red zone. From the 3-yard line, in the gun, heavy offensive set here. Looking to pass on 3rd down, fires over the middle. Caught! Touchdown, J.N. Farrar! And the Pirates able to capitalize where it matters most. A big punch back against the Marauders, and Pirates fans thrilled by this. And that's a big touchdown. Watch on the replay here. Duran knew where that pass was going. It was a cross direction, trying to get the defense to bite on the outside or near or far side receivers, if you will, as they streaked across the end zone. And he had that one sole outside route just come back in on that crossing pattern, and he had his cornerback's attention on his back, and he couldn't get to him in time. What a great design play. Here comes the extra point, up and good. So tack on another one, 27-14, and it remains what should be a 2-score game here. Marauders have to find a way to dig away at that deficit, but so difficult when Ventura's offense is just able to march down the field like that. And if you're just jumping on with us tonight, I want to say hello and welcome to an exciting third quarter here from Ventura College. Remember to follow SoCal College Sports via our website, SoCalCollegeSports.com, and the Pirate Sports Network at VCWePlayHard.com. You can always get the updates on Ventura College athletics and sporting events. And, of course, SoCal College Sports 1 on YouTube. Find all of our games archived and ready to go. We cover quite a few of them here in the 3C2A. We got coverage across the state of California. Kickoff to Hooper. Hooper fields it around the 15-yard line, brings it up to the 24. Caught in a group of Pirates as the Marauders able to get a okay return up to the 23. Check that. That's Jacob Lopez, number 19. I'm so used to seeing that 16 number carrying the football back. We'll start 1st and 10. 1:28 left to go here in the third quarter. And the quarterback carousel will choose Rester back into the helm. So able to go down and score 2 touchdowns already in the third quarter. At this point, seems pretty reasonable to keep him at the helm. Handoff here on 1st down. And that's into the same hands of Foster. He's been carrying the football pretty much all night for the Marauders. So 2nd and 5 coming up. We'll get you an update on his stats here shortly. Now Foster, 16 carries for 56 yards. Check that, 17 carries for 61 yards, averaging about 3.6. And appears we have an injured player. Well, enough to stop the game for the moment. Clock restarted. 46 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Trips receivers out to Rester's left. Looks like a little bit of a false start here as they hand off again. And Foster, nice run up the middle. That's enough for a 1st down, and that will stop the clock momentarily as they get reset. But AVC has been able to figure that inside run game out a little bit here tonight. It seems occasionally that Ventura might be playing it a little soft, though. Hard to tell whether or not they could possibly be trying to rest up and recover and use this game as a recovery game, as the rest of the conference will heat up as the night goes on. Six seconds left to go, and that's going to bring an end to the third quarter. You're watching Pirate Football on SoCal College Sports and the VC Sports Network. First and 10, start of the fourth quarter. Marauders having success moving the football up until that play there. Now 2nd and 10. Well, it'll be interesting to see how they choose to change around the defense here. Ventura College more inclined to keep 4 at the front. Separation and a push-off. Possibly a touchdown and a touchdown here for the Marauders. Quickly. I want to watch that back on replay, though. That I think they missed a big one here. Not trying to talk it down or anything like that. But let's watch this back real quick. So the pass clearly to the left side. Watch this. And he sticks his hand out and just kind of pushes off the cornerback. Though, wasn't enough to get the hands up from the cornerback, which typically they're pretty verbose on such matters. But nonetheless, 6 points on the board for the Marauders. Extra point is up and good. AVC breaks the 20-point score line, so they're close to that season average of Ventura College now. They allow 23.8 points a game, so on par for what their defense is doing so far this season. But a long catch and run there for Javon Walker. Big touchdown catch and reception. And the kicking unit will come back out for the special teams. 14-17 on the clock in the fourth quarter. Ventura set to get another crack at it, and all they really have to do is just work this clock and work this clock a little bit more. We hope you guys are enjoying our coverage. Trying to keep it a little bit light here. Of course, we're in Ventura, California. You can't help it. Sunny skies and a little bit of a cool day, but the beaches are beautiful in Ventura College. Return coming back here. All the way to the outside, redirection, comes back near side, trying to make some shifty moves as he finally gets wrapped up and taken down. But my goodness, it took committee to bring back down the return man. Ball spotted at the 45-yard line, Ventura College. Good field position to start here from the 45. They've mostly had good field position all game. And set, ready to go. All they have to do now is just execute a long game plan here. Pass over far side. Crandall makes a move. Gets hit low and spun around and dropped right there at the 50-yard line. Good for a gain of 5. Second and 5 coming up. Watch these hits coming in. Really goes for the low hit there. I mean, my goodness, watch your knees. An old man such as myself would not be doing too hot right now down on that field. Handoff. Inside. Gossett. Out of bounds and a nice gain. Good. Looks like 12-yard run, 1st and 10 here for the Pirates, now into Marauder territory. $13:19 on the clock, ticking down.
38-yard line of the Marauders, 1st and 10, Pirates.
It would appear the play clock has stopped working. So we'll have no updates on that end. Gossett from the backfield, able to get a catch and run for 4 yards. 2nd and 6 coming up.
Daniel Duran's pass complete to number 10, Kieran Gossett. Stop on the play made by number 16, Devin Hooper.
This is all the way down to the Marauder 34-yard line. There goes the play clock. Back into action. The inner machinations of that play clock are an enigma. Handoff again to Gossett. Hit behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yards. So 3rd and 8 coming up.
Number 92, Logan Lyle.
We'll Can AVC make this game interesting? That's the real question, and they certainly have. It's a one-score football game. This possession matters for Ventura. It's been a slow build up to this point. Man in motion for Durant. Passing here on 3rd down and 7. Fires to the right side. Caught and dropped. Oh, my goodness. And Gossett's going to want that one back. Incomplete pass in a 4th down. Watch this. A good pass. I mean, right into his hands. Oh. And the offense will stay out on the field. 4th down and 7 coming up. Pirates 27, Marauders 21. This is a big play here. Fires towards the edge of the end zone and out of reach, almost intercepted. And it will be a turnover on downs, and the Marauders will take over the football. But my goodness, thrown dangerously into double coverage there on the outside. So a change of possession, 1st and 10, and the Marauders will get another crack at it. They've scored 3 times in 3 possessions in this half. And the Pirates got to start coming up with a game plan to stop the Marauders here. Well, Rester back out onto the field. He has been successful in the second half. That is for certain. In the gun, 1 running back beside him. Hands off here on 1st down and hit hard right there at the line is going to be Foster. He just reached the 20 attempts line. He's had 20 carries tonight. And he's going to maybe have a 2nd and a yard, maybe 2 yards on that. 2nd and 8 coming up. Fakes a handoff. The quarterback drops the football, and Rester almost just goes 2 for 2 on the dropped football. Watch this.
Ball will be spotted at the 40-yard line. 3-yard gain. 3rd and 5.
It was enough to fool our cameraman. Well, he lost the football there for a second. Third and 5 and a big 3rd down here. Here comes the pursuit from the defense. Running out of the pocket, throwing on the move, and he finds an open receiver. And here he goes, down to the racetrack on the long near side, and he's going to be in the end zone for a touchdown. The Marauders able to tie the football game up with a huge play.
Sideline warning, first of the game, Antelope Valley.
Well, this is definitely not how the Pirates had planned that possession. But Antelope Valley has figured out an offensive game plan that is working against this Ventura defense. Jacob Lopez for 60 yards down that near sideline. And the kick is up and good.
Sebastian Stapleton's extra point is good.
So the Marauders, for the first time tonight, have taken the lead with 9:59 left to go here in the fourth quarter. This is certainly not how I would have had this on my bingo card tonight. Can Antelope Valley authorize the upset of possibly the entire 3C2A season? My goodness. Short kick is up towards the far side of the field. Return. Here comes a long return by Ventura, and a flag is thrown in late.
We have a penalty flag on the return. Kickoff was returned by number 1, J.N. Farrar.
9:52 on the clock, and let's watch this back.
Holding number 8 on the return team.
And there's going to be a holding penalty called, and I thought it was going to be on a hit. There's a big hit here on the far sideline. Watch that. And that's where the flag was, so I thought, it was going to be on a hit, but it was really on a hold, and that's why they kind of came down together there. So, my mistake. Nonetheless, 27-28, Marauders now have the 1-point lead here with 9:52 left to go in this football game. 2 receivers out, 1 in motion. Slot receiver comes over to the right side. Looks like Crandall. Handoff to Gassett. Takes a big hit and a good run up to the Ventura 46-yard line. Gossett. Steady and steady as he goes. 6-yard run on the play. Very good. And there is another stoppage of play.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
And an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty by way of the Marauders. Now, this is one of those things where you look at it in hindsight and go, my goodness, why did you commit that penalty in this situation? And arguably, this is the scenario that the Marauders really need to avoid here. 9:40 to go in a football game. You have a 1-point lead. Cannot give up the 15-yard personal foul penalty.
Number 90, second unsportsmanlike conduct. He has now been disqualified.
So, number 90. Of the defense for the Marauders has now been ejected from the football game. I see him taking his pads off here on the sideline. Well, at least loosen him up. Well, the lone man there on the sideline, I'm not exactly sure what happened. I didn't really get a chance to catch it here. Well, the clock will resume. 9:39 now left on the clock here, and the Pirates chasing 1 point. Certainly losing one of your interior defensive linemen is going to be a big hit here. Catch, caught, brought down, gain of a couple yards here.
Daniel Durant's pass complete to number 0, Silas Kemp.
So Silas Kemp
Brought down by number
with a good
52,
catch.
Chaz Milner.
2nd and 8 now coming up.
Gain of 2 yards on the play. It will be 2nd and 8.
Second and 8 coming up. 8:50 on the clock, and these seconds become so much more precious as time continues to drip down. Caught by Gassett. And he was touched down, referee calling it at the 31-yard line, and there's no whistle at all, which is very strange.
Daniel Durant's pass complete to number 18, Tyler Woodward.
What is happening here? Referee calling for a stoppage of time, and now a rerunning of time. Nobody called the play dead. Gassett stood up going, I don't know if this play is over. 1st and 10 now from the Marauders' 29-yard line. And here we go. Fakes a handoff. Duran throws it into the ground wisely. So 2nd and 10 coming up, but that was quite the situation there. So 2nd and 10. 8:14 to go here in the second half. This game is going to come down to a handful of possessions that really, really matter. Long pass, far sideline, looking for a catch, and no, incomplete.
Daniel Durant's pass intended for number 1, J.N. Farrar.
3rd and 10 now coming up.
Incompletion makes it 3rd and 10. Covering on the play for the Marauders, number 2, Amir Vestine.
And a very consequential 3rd and 10 indeed. He tries to go up for the one-hander. Screenplay set up here. Gassett runs into his own guy, dives forward, and he's up to the 20-yard line, but doesn't quite get the 19. And Gassett 1 yard shy. And what do you do if you're Steve Mishagian? You got 3 timeouts. Does the kicking team come out? And it looks like they're sending out the place kicker, and my goodness, what an important situation here. Probably bigger than anything that Pimentel has certainly done in a while. From the 29-yard line, that'll make it a 39-yard attempt. Kick is up. This one is good, and the Pirates smacks in a 39-yard field goal, and the Pirates able to walk off the field, but we have another flag down on the field. So Pimentel is 3 for 3 in field goals with a long of 39. That was it right there. And there has been another personal foul. My goodness. Oh, man. Well, this is turned into quite the situation here, because the amount of personal foul penalties that are taking place is it can cause a number of issues. Maybe if we could take back to replay on that. I want to see what just took place, because unfortunately we don't have what happened there, because it just didn't stay wide. Are they taking the points away? They are. They are taking the points away, and the Pirates are choosing to keep the football. 27-28 is the scoreline, and they will get a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10, 7:13 on the clock, and the Pirates have a chance in the red zone here. My goodness, that is a huge mishap. Hand off to Gassett. Gassett, near side, makes contact down to the 7-yard line. And that clock will tick under 7 minutes. And Gossett working them closer. It is 2nd and 7. Line to gain will be the 1. Holy cow. Passing here on 2nd down, throws over the middle, touchdown Pirates! Touchdown Pirates! Ring the bell! The Pirates have landed in the end zone, and my goodness, a quick catch and grab to Tanner Crandall. Holy moly! Fakes a handoff. You see all of the linebackers shift over, and Crandall able to catch the football in stride. Touchdown, 6 points on the board. Ventura takes back the lead. 6:41 on the clock. Well, if there was ever a chance to do something correct, that was it. Steve Mishagian shakes things up, says, yes, I'll accept that penalty into the red zone. And a quick strike and touchdown from the connection of Daniel Duran to Crandall. Here comes the two-point conversion. He's in the end zone. He gets the 2 points. Jayon Farrar. 35-28. And that definitely makes things interesting here, because it's now a 7-point differential between two teams. That was tipped at the line, and Farrar, it just lands right in his hands. What a surprise. 6:41 on the clock, 1st and 10. This fourth quarter has gone absolutely mad. All of this because a personal foul penalty.
Number 16, Kevin Hooper. Number 19, Jacob Lopez. Kicking off for Ventura, number 29, Ryan Pimentel.
Well, Pimentel didn't get an opportunity to be on the extra point assignment because they needed that extra point. And if AVC kicks a field goal here, or kicks or scores a touchdown, that extra point will definitely matter. And there has been problems in that kicking game for AVC.
Returned by number 19, Jacob Lopez.
6:34 on the clock. And there comes a flag flying in. Why am I not surprised?
Personal foul. 23 of the return team. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
And there's a personal foul. I don't think that 23 had that much of a problem diving in there. I mean, he dove in definitely late. Tensions are certainly getting pretty high here as this game continues. I mean, every single possession at this point matters. You only have so many remaining with 6:34 in this game. So the Marauders take a half the distance to the goal line. They didn't have much to begin with. The football will be placed down at the what looks to be 7 or 9, or check that, the 9-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 9.
After the penalty, it'd be 1st and 10 from the 9-yard line.
28-35, no timeouts taken by either team. We do have the 2-minute timeout as well, instituted this year by the 3C2A. Handoff to Foster. Foster up the middle, right into a group of players. Right into the pile. Really nothing to do there. This is going to be 2nd and 3. He did get a little bit out of it. Let's check that. 2nd and 7, not 3. Gain of 3 out of the play.
The 12-yard line. 2nd and 7.
Dakota Foster has had his work cut out for him. 21 carries, 76 yards. And there's going to be a flag out on the field for a false start.
False start.
So that's going to back him up another 5 yards. So we'll call it 2nd and 12 now.
5-yard penalty will move the ball back to the 7-yard line. Be 2nd and 12.
Clock continues to run. Now very, very necessary that these seconds are counted here. Right back into the pile, and Foster has nowhere to go.
Ball's carried by number 21, Dakota Yeatman Foster.
And it's going to be a 3rd down and mark at 10. He was able to get the 2 out of it.
Made by number 90, Anthony.
I mean, he is running hard. There's no doubt about it. But when you're running right into that defensive line of Ventura, really nowhere to go.
Ball's at the 9-yard line, 2-yard gain, 3rd and 10.
Plenty of time left in this game, but it is very precious, whatever is remaining. 3 defensive line front for the Pirates. We'll see if they engage the linebacker. Quarterback keeper this time. He's broken a tackle here, but doesn't have the defense so confused. And Rester only able to get a couple out of it. It's going to be a 4th and long coming up. 4th and 7 coming up. Now, the Marauders, not many opportunities to have the football back again.
Back in punt formation, number 24, Jeffrey Kavanaugh. Deep to receive, number 3, Tanner Crandall.
And it is going to be a very short one. And the wheels look like they might be starting to fall off here for the Marauders, as they will turn the football over. 32-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Pirates. That's almost certainly a gift. But I will say, if you look back on the tail of this game, the 4th quarter will not really be the story of the two teams. It'll be what happened in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And the 4th quarter will be the hammer set down by Ventura if they can finish out this part of the campaign. Here's the snap, handoff to Gossett. Up the middle, churning out more yards, and look at him go. That's a good for 9 yards. Make it 2nd and 1. Check that as 2nd and 2. 25 carries for 129 yards. Gossett working out a pretty good game for himself. Handoff again. Up the middle. Here's another big carry. Got another good 6 or 7 yards out of that. We'll mark it another 7. 1st and 10 here for the Pirates. Almost under 3 here to go, and you're going to be watching a much slower offense here for the Pirates. Almost to the finish line they go. Outside run. Gossett into the end zone. Touchdown, Pirates! They just made landfall once again. My goodness. And that should be the end cap for tonight's game, as the kick is up and good. So 42-28. Hard to believe that AVC just about 4 minutes ago had the lead. But that shows you how quickly things can turn around, and I think Ventura has really turned up the temperature in the water here, as the Pirates have broken out their swords and the flintlock pistols and done some work here late in the 4th quarter. There's no quarter to be shown, as the Marauders, as I'm sure you guys are aware, have definitely shown their teeth. The Pirates versus the Marauders. Now that's a thought. There's Shalette, who's sitting next to me, director tonight. Wonder what that battle would look like. You know, that old TV show was like Greatest Warrior. It's always a fun TV show to watch back in the day. I digress. What a topic nobody wants to hear about tonight. 2:59 on the clock, and we have basically 3 minutes of football remaining. Antelope Valley now trailing by 2 scores. Not totally over. They do have technically 4 timeouts remaining with the 2-minute timeout instituted in the 3C2A and the NCAA this year. And this football has Bounced into the end zone, luckily not touched by anybody. Well, at least for the Marauders, that is. They'll bring the football out to the 25-yard line. The Marauders will take over. They were not able to score on their last possession, but however, they were able to score, I believe, 4 times on their last 4 possessions prior to that moment, which is pretty incredible considering the first half they were not able to capitalize on anything. But my goodness, that offense showed what they could do when they had it all working together. 2:58 on the clock. They'll start from the 25, and it will be Rester in the game under the helm. Handles the snap, 1st and 10. Fires near side and in and out of the hands of his receiver. Incomplete pass. You're going to be seeing a lot of passes here, I'm guessing, here in the late stage of this game. It's intended for Javon Walker, who had a touchdown earlier in tonight's matchup. 2nd and 10 coming up. Well, the Ventura defense, a little bit less stress now than it was about 6 minutes prior to this moment. 2nd down and 10. Snap is back, running for his life. Rester moving towards the near side. He does have an open space in front of him. Slides out of the way, or slides down into the ground and takes out 1 or 2. He just went right down onto his butt. Well, this is 4-down territory for sure. Now, they have to snap the ball one more time before the 2-minute timeout here. It's going to be 3rd and 5. Line to gain will be the 35-yard lines. Handles the snap quickly. A run towards the outside, and Foster able to work up a couple more yards, make it a 4th and manageable. But that's certainly it, and that's going to take us to the 2-minute timeout. We'll see if they choose to go for it here. But 4th and 1, and they're going to choose to take a timeout prior to the 2-minute timeout. Antelope Valley takes their first of 3. So 2 and 14, and we'll take a break real quickly ourselves. You're watching Pirate Football on the Pirate Sports Network, presented by SoCal College Sports. 2:14 on the clock. We'll see if they choose to snap the football. The clock should start running here in a moment. No, that's stopped. So they get one more play out of this. This is it. This is for the football game. Handoff. And the football is dropped onto the ground, and Foster not able to get to even the line of scrimmage. He loses a yard, and that will be it. Foster, with the entire game on his shoulders, carried the football 23 times for 82 yards and turns over the football. It is now 1st and 10 Ventura, and this should be pretty much all she wrote. And it is 2 minutes and 9 seconds. So Ventura does have to do a little bit to finish this football game, but not a whole lot. (28-42). That's going to be a false start. I don't know what was going on that near sideline. If you could take a clip of that, I just I want to reflect on something real quick here. I don't know what was going on there on the near sideline, but nobody was set. And we do have a different quarterback, Travis Endicott, in the game here. 2:07 on the clock now. I don't know if the referees are going to call for a reset there. Now 1st and 15. Throwing here on 1st down. Near side. Caught. Running down the sideline for a nice gain, and that should be enough for the end of this half.
2-minute timeout.
And we're at the 2-minute timeout. You're watching Pirate Football on the Pirate Sports Network. Well, the 2-minute timeout complete. Contact behind the line of scrimmage.
Ball's carried by number 47, Andrew Marcus.
The ball has been carried by Andrew Marquez.
Nathan Shimmick.
Timeout.
Yeah,
Antelope Valley. Second timeout of the half.
so second timeout called by Antelope Valley. They have one remaining. 1:51 left to go here on the clock.
Yard on that last play. It will be 3rd and 5 when play resumes.
I'm inclined to believe they will take all of them. Before we're through here, it's now 3rd and 5. .151 to go here in this football game. Fake the handoff, throws deep over the middle. This football is intercepted, and there is a flag out on the field. Running the football back, and a huge couple connections here. 131, multiple penalty flags out there. Might have been a defensive holding there.
Interception was made by number 2, Amir Bastine.
That was Amir Bastine, the interceptor of the football.
27 of the defense.
That's going to be pass interference. That's going to give the Pirates a first down. Yeah, and you see it, a lot of contact right there before the pass comes in. So, hard to say with the rules here in the NFL changing and so many things getting missed these days. It's hard to say what is pass interference and what it isn't, but I think that was a pretty good one. So 1st and 10, half the distance to the goal, or check that 15-yard penalty. 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. The Pirates will take that. Welcoming sight. 1:42 left to go. Handoff here. To the near side, Andrew Marquez.
Brought down by number 5, Cameron.
And that should be enough to do it here if they just take the kneel, though I don't know if Ventura really wants to
Balls at the 18-yard line. Loss of
stoke the bear here. They certainly would have the right considering all the personal fouls. 2nd and 14. Ten seconds on the play clock. Handoff again to Marquez. Marquez up the middle. And he falls forward back to the original line of scrimmage, and it will be 3rd down and 10 to go.
35, Eric Williams. Gain of 4 yards, 3rd and 10.
Well, the Pirates could kneel, and that would be the end of the game. See exactly what they choose to do here. Maybe get the guys a couple extra reps. Well, we are certainly in the final throws here. Run up the middle to Marquez. And he's going to be down, and that should be the final play of the game. 9 seconds left to go here. And the teams will walk off the field. And that's the final play of the game. Final score, 42 Marauders 28. And what an interesting football game. Just a couple final notes. It really was thrilled. I was thrilled to see the end of that football game as they got closer and closer to the end there. The Marauders put on their best, you know, their best efforts to try and make this game interesting, and it certainly was. I don't think anybody can discredit them for that. But the Pirates, they will improve to 6-1 on the season. The Marauders fall to 0-7. The next game on the docket here for Ventura College will be at Bakersfield. And if you haven't been up to Memorial Stadium, it is worth a trip up to Bakersfield. Not always maybe the best place in the world to try and go visit per se, up the 5, but there is good tri-tip up there, can guarantee that. And if you go up there, 6 p.m. game time there against Bakersfield, Bakersfield College putting on a pretty good season themselves. Antelope Valley College, if you are looking for any information on them, they will be traveling again on the road, if I'm not mistaken. No, they'll be hosting El Camino. El Camino doing very well so far this year. Well, that does it for our coverage here of Ventura College football. You're watching Pirates on the Pirates Sports Network. Everybody, have a good night for my behalf of the entire crew here, and Mike Zepeda, our executive owner and producer, Eric Gillette, our director here in the booth, and myself, Emery Johnson. I bid you guys a pleasant good afternoon.